Hello everyone, welcome to Zoho Sheet's webinar. In this video, we'll be looking at an overview of Zoho Sheet's web clipper and browser extension. So we'll look at the various capabilities of the extension and how you can use it in order to clip data from websites and to access your spreadsheets in an instant. So in this webinar, we'll be looking at a brief introduction about Zoho Sheet's web clipper and extension, and followed by a demonstration where I'll be showing you the various capabilities of this extension. Zoho Sheet's web clipper and browser extension is available for free for Chrome, Firefox, and Edge, so you can download and use the web clipper on your browsers. Using this web clipper and extension, you can clip data tables from websites into your spreadsheets directly. And apart from clipping data, you can also access your recently used spreadsheets, or you can also import or download spreadsheets, or even create a new spreadsheet directly from the extension from any tab that you're working on. And as I mentioned previously, this extension is available for Chrome, Firefox, and Edge, so you can download the extension and start using it for your browser. So now let's look at the demonstration, and I'll be showing you all the features and capabilities of the Zoho Sheet extension. So I'll be using some sample websites for this particular demonstration. So here in the top right corner, you can see Zoho Sheet's extension. And when you're logged in, you can see all your recently used spreadsheets and other options provided by the extension. So first, in this demo, let's look at those options that you can perform without having to open the extension using the contextual options provided by Zoho Sheet. And then we'll look at the other options provided within the extension itself. So first up, we are going to look at clipping data from websites. So here I have a sample website that is giving me the sales figures of luxury cars that have been sold in the US. And you can find a table on top that is actually giving me the sales figures for the second quarter for 2020 and 2021 for the various luxury cars listed. So in such a manner, when you are browsing through any website and you come across an interesting data set that you would like to further analyze or visualize or simply collect inside your spreadsheet, you can simply click that particular data table directly from the website to your Zoho Sheet spreadsheet using the extension. So let's see how you can do that. So now I'm finding this particular table interesting, and I would like to visualize this data using charts in Zoho Sheet. So for that, I'm going to clip this data to my spreadsheet, and then from there we can use charts to visualize. So now in order to clip a data, simply select the desired data that you would like to clip and right click. And in the right click context menu, you can find an option called copy to Zoho Sheet. And you can see that once I hover over that particular option, another submenu opens up with the list of recently used spreadsheets. So if I want to clip the data to an existing spreadsheet that I already have in my account, I can do that. So right now I'm going to clip this data to a new spreadsheet. So I'm going to choose the first option. So now you can see that a new spreadsheet has been created in my Zoho Sheet account. And here you can find a dialog that is giving me further customization for the data that I'm clipping or importing into my spreadsheet. So on top, you can see an option called skip top rows. So if you have any rows in the particular data table that you've selected that you would like to skip, you can use this option. Some data tables will have the sum or the total values as the first row. So if you'd like to skip that particular row, you can use this option. So how many ever rows you would like to skip at the top, you can do that using this option. And apart from that, you can see another option here, that is you can set the first row in the selected data table as the header for that particular table that you are importing. So here you can see this option is checked by default, whereas if you have not selected the header in the data that you're clipping, you can unselect it as well. And here you can find the data table that we had clipped from the website. And you can also notice that in each column there is a checkbox that you can notice. So if you'd like to skip or ignore any of the columns in the data that you're clipping or importing, you can do that as well. For example, if you do not want to see the quarter 2 sales figures of 2021, you can simply uncheck and this column will not be imported into the spreadsheet. This way, even if you had selected a large data, you can choose which columns that you would like to import into your spreadsheet here. And apart from that, you can also find options to set certain formats for the column that you are importing. And for date format, you can see that 3 different format types are provided here. So you can choose the format that best fits your data. Zoho Sheet has various other formats that are provided once you import the data. So you can also perform further formatting changes after importing the data into the spreadsheet as well. So this is just to make some quick formatting changes or some quick customizations while you are importing the data itself. So this makes it a little easier and convenient for you. So now that we have done all the customizations we want, let's click on paste. So there we go. So now we have the data from the website inside the spreadsheet now. So now that I have the data inside my spreadsheet, I'm going to use a chart in order to visualize this. So for that, you can simply choose the data that you would like to visualize. And here in the toolbar, you can find an option called Insert Chart. And under that, you can see that Zoho Sheet provides you with a list of recommended charts that you can simply pick and insert into your spreadsheet based on the data that you have. So here for my data, you can see that certain recommended charts are being listed. So I'm going to use this particular chart. So this way you can either use the recommended charts from the insert chart option, or you can also get help from Zoho Sheet's AI assisted analytical assistant called Zia. So you can simply select the data that you would like to analyze, and you can use the Insights by Zia option here in the bottom right corner. And Zia will provide you with recommended charts, pivot tables, and insights about your data. And you can also ask data related questions and get answers as well. So this way, you can quickly clip data from websites into your spreadsheets and quickly analyze or visualize them as well. So now let's look at the other options that are provided by the extension. So one other contextual option provided by the Zoho Sheet extension is that in Chrome, when you are downloading a file, be it a spreadsheet format or a CSV format, when you're downloading such a file from a website, Zoho Sheet will provide a contextual pop-up that will be notifying you about the download. And using that pop-up, you can directly open the freshly downloaded file using Zoho Sheet. So now I'm going to show you how that can be done. So once I download the file from this particular site, you can see the pop-up coming out from the top right corner. So once I click on that pop-up, you can see how the freshly downloaded file will be opened using Zoho Sheet. So now let me download this particular file. So you can see that this particular file is actually in the CSV format. So you can see the pop-up in the top right corner. So now once I click on the pop-up, you can see that Zoho Sheet opens up, and you can see the customization dialog also being displayed for me. So before I import the data, I can perform some minor customizations from here. So first, you can see the delimiter being shown. Since this file is a CSV format, you can see the default delimiter is shown as comma. Whereas if you would like to change the delimiter based on the data that you have, you can do that using this option. And you can also see the date format being displayed again. So if you'd like to change the format in which the dates in your data are being displayed, you can do that from here. And we also have other CSV settings. So you can see the text qualifier, the thousand separator. You can see the skip top rows option that we had seen for the clip data option as well. And you can also see the decimal separator. So this way you can choose the way in which your data has to be displayed or indicated or formatted when you are inserting the data into your spreadsheet. So this makes it more convenient and easier for you when you are inserting the data into your spreadsheet. So now here in this particular table, you can see that we have a total value as the first row here. So you can see the global value is given first and then followed by the other countries. So now for this particular data, I'm going to use the skip top rows option in order to skip the first row. There we go. So now I've skipped the first row from this data table because I don't want it. So this way you can choose which data that you would like to insert into your spreadsheet, and you can also choose the formatting for the data that you're inserting. So now that we have done the customization necessary, we'll go to next. And while you're importing a file, Zoho Sheet also provides you with two options. That is, you can either import it as a spreadsheet in your account, or you can also save it as a new template in your account. So those of you who are already using Zoho Sheet will be familiar that Zoho Sheet gives you the option to save your spreadsheets as templates. So you can create your very own customized templates and save them to your personal collection. So here, if you are importing a spreadsheet, Zoho Sheet will provide you the option to save it as a template as well. So now I'm going to save it as a spreadsheet. So I'll use the first option and click on import. So now we have the downloaded file as a Zoho Sheet spreadsheet here. So from here, I can visualize, analyze, and collaborate on this particular data as well. So now, since I have this particular data or file in my Zoho Sheet account, I can also access this data using my mobile device as well. And if you want to collaborate with your teammates or colleagues on this particular data, you can do that as well. So now I'm just going to share this data with a colleague so they can view and work on this data as well. So for that, I'm going to use the share option here in the top right corner. And you can see an option here called share. Now in this dialog, all you have to do is enter the collaborator's email ID. So here you can see the various options that are being displayed based on the characters that I've typed in the field. I can either choose the desired member from the given list, or if you do not find the suggested member in the list, you can simply go on typing the email ID. So now I'm going to share it with Carla Reynolds. So I'm going to choose the first option from the drop-down being displayed. And here you can choose the permission with which you would like to share the file with the collaborator as well. So for Carla, I would like to give read and write permission so that Carla can also edit this particular data or file. And you can notify the collaborator that you have shared the file via email as well, and click on share. This way you can import the downloaded files directly into Zoho Sheet and start collaborating or analyzing right away. So now let's move on to the other options that are provided by the extension. So here under the extension, you can find various options provided by Zoho Sheet. So first up, as the name indicates, you can see the option to create a new blank spreadsheet directly from any browser tab that you're working on. So if you'd like to perform a quick calculation or enter some data quickly, you can create a new spreadsheet from the extension and start working. And as I mentioned earlier, Zoho Sheet also has the option for you to save your personalized templates as a collection. So if you'd like to visit and pick a quick template from your collection, you can do that from here as well. And you can also see the option to import a spreadsheet from your device into Zoho Sheet as well. So now I'll show you how you can import a spreadsheet quickly using this extension. So once I click on this option, you can see that a small import dialog or pop-up is being shown for you. So here you can see two options. That is, either you can choose a file from your device, or you can also import using a URL. So now I'm going to choose a file from the device. So I'm going to click here. And you can choose the file that you would like to import into Zoho Sheet. Now you can see the two options being displayed. That is, you can either import it as a spreadsheet or as a template. So now I'm going to use the first option, that is as a spreadsheet, and I'll click on import. And there we go. So now you can see that the file has been successfully imported. You can see a small pop-up being displayed here in the extension itself, indicating that. And you can also see an option to open the imported file from here. So if you'd like to view the imported file, you can do that from here. So now I'm just going to close the pop-up. And apart from that, you can also see the recently used spreadsheets being listed here. So this is the spreadsheet that we have just imported a few seconds back. And you can also see the other spreadsheets being displayed. So this is the spreadsheet that we had opened after freshly downloading it from the website. And this is the spreadsheet where we had clipped data a few minutes back. So this way you can see the recently used spreadsheets. So if you'd like to make a quick change to your recently used spreadsheet, you can simply access it from the extension and carry on right away. And if you do not find the desired spreadsheet here, you can also click on the view all option anytime in order to view all your spreadsheets. Besides the recently used spreadsheets, you can also find an option to download the spreadsheet. So if you have any file that you would like to download to your device, you can quickly do that using the extension as well. And apart from this, under the profile menu, you can see that Zoho Sheet also provides you with the links to the resources. So if you'd like to know more about Zoho Sheet and the various updates from Zoho Sheet, you can use these links here. And you can also find the links to Zoho Sheet's mobile applications for iOS and Android as well. And if you'd like to sign out from your account, you can also do that from here anytime. You can also view your account settings from the extension as well. So this is the overview about the Zoho Sheet extension. We saw how you can clip data directly into your spreadsheets. We saw how you can import files, be it from your device or be it a freshly downloaded file from any website. And we also saw the various other options that are provided by the extension in order to access your spreadsheets. So do try it out and give us your feedback about Zoho Sheets browser extension. And if you have any feedback or issues, you can write to us at support@zohosheet.com. And if you need any help with using Zoho Sheet or any feature in Zoho Sheet, you can also get in touch with us using this email ID as well. If you have any feedback about this video, you can drop them as comments below. You can also watch our previous webinar videos using the link in the description. Thank you all for watching this video. See you in the next session.